would have to say my favorite part of EB is definitely the people.
The kid wants to go to school and doesn't want to leave. I mean, what can I say?
Est-ce qu'on voit la voix? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Papillon. Une fleur qui vole?
I graduated in 1993, having attended from the time I was in pre-K. And I think becoming re-engaged with the school made me very excited to have my daughter start in MK this year. She sings in nonsensical French syllables and, you know, just seems to be really practicing all of the sounds.
We chose Ecole Bilingue because it not only had the bilingualism, but it also had what we felt was the most dialed in and tight and comprehensive educational approach.
Elle en a acheté, regarde, elle est 15, elle en avait 15, elle en achète 5, il en reste combien ici?
10. I think he secretly loves the fact that he can speak French and we can't. You know, he loves it. That he has a bilingual background makes him a very confident child.
Merci Martine. Merci Martine. Je vais rouler mon pizza.
No matter how long I go without speaking French, and no matter how rusty my French gets, there is some facility with language that I think I'll never lose.
Already knowing how to speak French, it helps add on to other languages.
Taking Spanish is just really fun. She talks to you in Spanish, and if you don't understand, you just speak up.
Learning Chinese, I feel, it's like going back to kindergarten because we're actually learning in the same way we did before. We were immersed in the language.
Ecole Bilingue is accredited in both California as well as in France. So obviously they have to cram 2 different curriculums into 1 year, which you would think would be insurmountable, but it creates an incredibly unique opportunity for our kids to see the world in a completely different way.
Not only do I know 2 different languages, but I also know 2 different cultures.
From the get-go, they've known that there's always more than one way to look at something, always more than one way to say something.
Probably one of the things I like most about EB is the field trips. That was a lot of fun, going to France, Washington, D.C., Coloma. I mean, most people haven't even gone to France, and the fact that we got to do that on a field trip is super cool.
You have a lot of fun, but you learn a lot, which is great.
In France, it's more about living with a French family. In Camp Catalina, you learn a whole bunch about sea life, and you go canoeing. And
it was like all educational, but still like extremely fun.
When I came to EB, its environment was totally different. I felt like I wouldn't have to talk to him about other countries or other people or the world we live in or diversity, you know, suddenly when he was 11 years of age.
We're so delighted with the new garden out in front. My son brought me a carrot and a beet today, and I have to tell you, I'm amazed. The garden is literally flourishing.
Oh, un carotte. Oui. Tout. Meilleur. Il y a 2 meilleurs. J'ai trouvé. Meilleur. Ouh. Je vais faire du gâteau carotte.
The EB community is very nurturing. The teachers will help you do your best, and they will help you work at your best and be at your best.
What really stands out is the core values of the school.
The teachers are always engaged with each student on a personal level.
Some of the people at EB I've known since I was 3 years old.
It's really nice that you've known them for so long. We're really good friends and like almost like sisters or brothers.
Il est rigolo, hein? Et qu'est-ce qu'on leur donne dans la classe à manger d'autre? Vous avez vu déjà?
Des carottes.
Des carottes.
Le lapin est grand maintenant.
Le lapin est grand maintenant. Regarde comme elles sont grosses les pattes. Elles sont douces, hein?
Just science being my favorite subject, how could I not like it? I really like the teacher and the program and how, it's really hands-on. It's not just record everything and watch me do the experiment.
The fact that I was able to do geometry, starting in 5th grade was great.
Pour mettre le milieu, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Qu'est-ce que vous devez faire, Gilles?
On doit compter.
Donc le périmètre, ce sera tout le tour de ça.
Having a separate geometry track and having that in French and gave me an edge on a lot of other schools that did very little geometry up until high school.
I've adjusted to working with computers. I've gone through my rebellious stage, maybe in 6th grade when we first got our computers, and now in high school. I know how to stay focused and work as much as I can in class.
You already know how to time manage and not to procrastinate as much.
I like that EB is rigorous, structured, but yet truly global, right sitting inside Berkeley.